Well, most people run this egg, but for Gigimon, uh, from EX2, probably my favorite one. For a while I ran the BT12 one, but with how the meta is, I felt like it just needs to go fast, and drawing can help get your outs to things, especially with X antibody, so you just have to gamble. My favorite rookie out of the whole deck besides Rush Gilmon is this one, just because when you remove something you gain a memory and doesn't feel bad to evolve in Raising, but also the search, if you start any Gilmon and you just set up and you have everything else, you can just gamble with searching the top 3 and grabbing the piece you need. So yeah, saved me a lot of times when I didn't have a level 5 and I'd find it and then use my level 4 and then go straight into level 5. But there are some really nice combos you can do with this and Scramble and Rush Gilmons. Yeah. Next one is obviously Rush Gilmon, which in my friend's video there were comments about why run 2 of them when I can just run 4 searches, and they kept saying things like that, but I thought I'd just address it. This is really good in a purple heavy meta. The moment there's 20 in trash, you have Rush, so you can do quite a lot with that. And yeah, also the 1 cost that's optional is always a really nice thing. I do evolve for 1 in Raising sometimes on turn 1 just to annoy my opponent, but yeah. Something people don't agree with is 2 of the Searching Gilmons. I just don't see the need to have more of them sometimes. I might up it, depending on what the meta for Worlds is, but with this, you can find Takato, but I only run 3 Takatos. Yeah. Most of the time I just use my X antibodies to do a lot of stuff, but the inheritable to kill small bodies is nice if, you know, they have bodies, or if your Gallantmon already removes them. Then this one, which is gonna be swapped out, I just ran it for the inheritable, to be honest. Gonna be swapped out for the new Gilmon, but it did come up. Its actual effect never came up once, but yeah, it's just, I wish they did this art for the next one coming out with the BT19 stuff. Just sucks to have to remove it because I love the art for it so much. Next thing, this card is probably going to be swapped out as well, is the 3 BT12 ground ones. It's going to be changed to a new one, mainly because I don't run many Takatos, but if I just have 1, it works better, and the inheritable being plus 2k deletion for the next one is a little nicer, just because you don't need the your turn plus 2k that often. This thing I'm thinking of bumping up more is starter deck Gallantmon. This thing is insane. So it just has the inheritable gain of memory. So if you pair that with Gil X and a Growl X, and you go into War Growl and kill something, you just get refunded all the memory back. So you could just make more plays for punishing your opponent for just throwing something out. This thing, I love this thing so much. Playing a Gilmon if it dies, and, you know, drawing 2 cards and then trashing 1. So if you already have your Tamer out and you know your opponent's deck doesn't remove them, you just ditch a Tamer. There's no point keeping it if you don't need it. So yeah, there's that, or getting rid of pieces you don't need that you have way too many in hand, and then gain a memory. That's really nice. This thing I hated originally, but I've started liking its effect to pop small bodies, because if you have a Tamer and Gil X, you just kill something and you're refunded the memory almost instantly. So pretty good, and also plus 3k on your turn, which is this effect, but for 1 turn. So it's not too bad, pretty good, and its inheritable is also really nice. Next we have 4 War Growl from BT12. This thing, I just never want to run less than 4 copies. just being able to evolve into a Gallantmon if you don't kill something. So you could chuck an X antibody underneath, use it if you have Blitz and you don't have it, just swing, use the egg to draw one, and now you can trigger its ability. Because when digivolving Blitz from Tocado, you can choose the order. So if you can't find it, you can just do that, and if you don't find it, go into a normal one. But again, if you want to try high roll something, you can just do that. Then this thing took me a while to get the ratios right, but 3 Wargrowl X antibody. I kept tossing between this at 4 and this at 3, and then vice versa, and I just came to the conclusion the memory refund if they have nothing. So if your opponent tries not to play anything, you just set up a level 4 in the back, use this to get the on deletion, and then just go into this and swing. So also, many people don't know Wargrowl X on top of this will still trigger its inheritable. So it's if it has Growlmon or Gallantmon in its name. So yeah, if you can get your Wargrowl X to live a check, you're fine. You just gain 2 back. And then a BT13 Gallant, which I tried to bump it to 2, but at 1 I think is fine. You can still do quite a lot with it. It's good for the mirror match. You just nuke a Gallant X if you pass memory. So yeah, it's basically just your clapback card. And then 2 Gallantmon from BT17. I was running this at 3 for a while, but as time went on, I just wanted Gallant X more and more. So I just cut this down by 1 so I could run more Gallant X. Sometimes you don't want to see that, depending on your matchup. So yeah. It's pretty nice, but yeah. Yeah, it just depends what it does. I mean, this all turns, not all turns, your turn, where you're at 0 or less, being immune, just stops aces. So you can swing for game against a lot of things and no one can ace you, unless they have blocker, but you'll kill it and probably gain a lot of memory back. And, you know, you just Gallant X for game then. My favorite card, Gallant X. I am currently sourcing 2 more of these ghost rares for it, and then I need to find the last one for a good price, but yeah, really annoying to try get. Honestly, when I first saw it, I preferred the alt art, and then when I got it in person, I actually liked it quite a lot compared to the photos of it. So, pretty happy with it. Yeah. Now this one you probably can't read easily, but the pure red crimson mode is also in here. I love having it in my deck, mainly because I've memorized its effects so it doesn't bother me, but I traded a serialized Omnimon to my friend who pulled it, and yeah, he just did the trade straight away, and I was really happy with how he was just okay with that. Shout out to my friend Connor for that. Now for the rest of it is just options and tamers, but 2 scramble, which I don't think I really have to explain scrambles. It's just too good. 4 red training. That one, some people might be confused because they might think why not 3 and then 3 red memory boost, but it's just personal preference. And then 2 red memory boost. And then this is what some people get confused about. So they think you can just run X antibody, which I run 2. But I was speaking to one of my friends in Latam who placed really, really high with Gallant, and he told me he wished he could fit a protoform. So I made room for 1 protoform, and it's come up quite often. I mean, yeah, it's more for Wargrowl X or Growl X to reduce it, and you just get refunded the rest of it, so and especially when you're missing the actual normal version of it. So, but last one is 3 Blitz Staccato. Go on. Well, with testing currently, it's great, don't get me wrong, but you can't attack suspended Digimon. You can only attack them directly. So, some lists I've noticed recently in Japan are still running Blitz Staccato. Others are running the new one. Like, the new one's amazing, but I'm probably just going to run 2 of these and 1 of the Memory Setter one. Raid's really good, but also half the time I'm using X antibody to just attack. So either way, I'm just going to be blitzing in some form. Yeah, I mean, if there is, it's Shadow Mother, and then by then you can already get stronger than it and just swing them faster than they can really set up. So it's not that bad, but again, with the new Gallantmon coming out, you gain a memory, so you don't really care what memory you're set to with this deck because you just set up your options and wait until you want to do something. Yeah. I'd say probably I was fine with Purple Hybrid. Uh, my friend Ari, who got 4th, I believe, or 3rd, I think 3rd, uh, he helped me practice against it, and as long as I didn't brick, I was fine. But yeah, day 1 I bricked against one of them, and I couldn't get things quick enough, so I lost pretty bad on day 1. And then day 1 as well, Fenry turn 2 and turn 3'd me, so I was scared I bubbled out of top 16, and it was the guy I won against at the very end, Vinny. But he was such a great opponent, just that misplay at the very end really cost it for him. So, but yeah, those 2 matchups are probably my worst. Purple Hybrid, not so much, but Fenry, if they do something, if they get the double stack, you just lose. You cannot stop it. So, yeah, you just can't do anything about it. But yeah. I was, and then I removed the Crimson Aces and ran Omni X, and it kind of took care of the problem. So, so Omni X is just too great. Red, Purple, Imperial just goes bye-bye, because they try to get protection, you force them to remove everything but 1, and then you just bottom deck the one that evolves. So it's like, it doesn't bother you, because they don't get their effect now, since yours is still resolving. And it can't interrupt your effect as it's mid-resolving, which is great. So that's always fun. Omni X, yeah. I'm still thinking about what the ratios are, mainly because that Omnimon is red, so it's red, white, and blue. So any of these can use it, and Red Scramble can take it back. So it doesn't really bother me too much, but I just need to figure out the ratios soon. Um, yeah, so as long as your opponent has a Digimon, my favorite thing is if you use a... I need to quickly just clear this so it's easier. But depending on what you have, you could have a training, you could have memory boost, all that, but the main thing you want to do is if you have a scramble and you have, let's say, these 2 or any other Gilmons except for the searching one, you activate scramble, get this out and put this to the top of your deck, and then you'll draw this, and now if you evolve, you're going to be drawing from the top of your deck. So you already get your normal draw, and then you get to search the top 3. So it doesn't really bother you. It's just extra searching, and you don't have to, bottom deck the piece you put to the top, the searching Gallantmon, which a lot of people keep forgetting it can't take another Gallantmon. So another favorite thing is just building a really, really big stack. Like, I did this against Vinny. It was either this or a different one. I think it was a different one, but I didn't have a level 5, and I was thinking about playing out my Tamer, so I went into this, and I just swung it. It died. Played out the Gil X again, and I found the BT12 Growl. Evolved it, played out my Tamer, and dropped a training. So I'd have to pay all that, and I got more value out of it, to be honest. No matter what you put Henry to, they'll just go to 3 basically. So yeah, the amount of Facebook posts I've seen, it's pretty funny. But I was just made aware of this. Let's say this is Wargrowl Ace. If you have Protoform in this stack and this, and let's say your opponent puts you to 2 memory by evolving to remove this, if you Protoform and put it to your security and take back the Ace, the overflow immediately triggers, and since Protoform happens before it's removed, the memory will go back to 1 on their side, meaning Gallantx can't be removed by a Digimon effect. So yeah, it's pretty funny that you can bait someone with that, but I need to test that more, to be honest. But let's just hope I can, do really, really well. My friends all want me to do really well, and they keep saying not to talk about, I might not do well. They just keep saying, no, I'm going to win it, so hopefully I can. Just have to hope I get, not my worst matchup, no Fenry, please. Please hit Fenry. Bandai, if you're hearing this, Mirage has got to go. It's a bad dog. Put it back to the pound. Same with Fenry. Both of them, just please leave them back in the past. I don't want to see them how they are now. They're disgusting. I think the level 6 could probably stay. It's just the level 4 and the level 7. I mean, a free Evo with memory gain is not fair compared to the other burst modes. I mean, Galaxy wasn't supposed to do what it's doing now. I think Galaxy's fine. This deck hurts Galaxy, so that's fine. I mean, if not before, I love Bandai, but what are they doing if it's not before? Because Purple Hybrid is really disgusting. Yeah, just really disgusting. I had to fight 2 Purple Hybrid in top 16 for my first 2 matchups. And yeah, it was not fun. I think the other Gallant player was my friend, and I think he had to verse 2 Mirages before we had a mirror match before the finals. So I had to go through Purple Hybrid, and he got the Mirages, so that was fun. Yeah, I kind of wanted Mirage. It's a little bit easier for me to take care of, but if Purple Hybrid loops, you can't really do anything about it. You can't drop a Floodgate on them. Yeah, I mean, they've got enough level 4s. Maybe hit Jackraid. Most people don't probably agree with this, but hit Velgra. I just don't like Velgra, even though I'm immune to its effects, but Velgra is just disgusting what it can do to other decks. Oh yeah, it is, and the deck is pretty consistent, so when they break though, it is so good. Yeah, I mean, Gallant X not being able to be changed color either kind of sucks, because you're permanently stuck at 3. So, but you just have to set a scramble, and if they murder and they have a field, you're fine. You just reoccur your stuff, drop BT13, use another scramble if you have it in hand, and just go straight into Gallant X. So doesn't really bother you too much. But yeah, Mervo is kind of busted with all that stuff it can do with multiple milling, because you just double Velcro. And not to mention a Pokemon as well. I mean, that's why I don't run the milled purple stuff, because yeah, purple hybrid being around just hurts way too much. And then, yeah, it's alright. Also, I hope everyone checks out Usagi's new deck box, because this is the old one, and the new one looks pretty cool. Oh, I ordered it the moment it went live. Yep. It's okay. I mean, fingers crossed I do. It's alright.